Yes, so this is video 2, second video of our new tutorial, the new house project. And this is where we stopped. We're building a 100-foot by 50-foot house on a plot of land that I think measures, I don't know, is it, let me see, I'm trying to remember now. I think it's about 80 feet by 200 feet thereabout. So, in the previous video, we designed all these elements and we designed the staircase. Designed the staircase. Sorry. Yes, there you have it. From the ground floor to the top floor. So these are balustrades. I've not given them um, I've not framed them yet. They're supposed to be glass balustrades. So I'll start applying materials to what I have done so far. Let's get on with it. So let's work on the house building. Let's give it a predominant white. Yes, I'm trying to achieve something like this, so I'll be working with white and gray, white and gray. So let's give it a predominant white. So color, click color, white, pure white. Then roughness, yeah, a satin look, let's say 0.4 should be good. Let's call this house paint. And we start applying on hide all, front view, camera view. Let's zoom out. Apply the white. Okay, so now there's going to be a very long balustrade here, and there'll be a few. Let's see. I'm trying to create a blend, okay, between aesthetic appeal and structural integrity. It's very important. You have to not just make your buildings beautiful, your buildings must also be able to stand till eternity or till there's a need to demolish it, all right, and build something else on the land. So it's quite important that you don't just design for the beauty, you have to create load bearing materials and put them where you think is necessary. All right. So now I'm going to have a long balustrade, a balcony balustrade from here to here. And if you ask me, it's too long to stand. Hi, good morning. It's too long to stand on itself, to just be anchored here and anchored here. So I would want it to have poles here and maybe here to assist with the weight. So you know what? Let's hide this. Let's take this top view and let's bring this forward. I'm replicating this now. Okay, so let me create about a foot. Yes, this is 1 foot. I want the balustrade to start 30. I only created this. This is not a structural element. I'm going to delete it. I just needed it to help me create a gap of 1 foot between the balustrade and the edge of the building, the front edge of the building. So once I achieve this, that means now I have my balustrade 1 foot from the edge of the building. So I delete this, and I take this editable poly, these vertices, and I go this way. front view. Is it where it should be? Yes, it is. I think it is. So that's it. That's the balustrade. Now, the same element, I take it, I'm going to move it, the same balustrade now, I'm going to shift and drag it, and I'll drop it here. Now it's not a balustrade, it's going to serve as glass. Now let me click the front one, hide it. So we have another one at the back. Now this one, it's just going to be a curtain wall. So, oops, sorry. I'm going to select this vertices up here. So on hide all. So this long red one, this big one, is a curtain wall. This is a balustrade. So let me apply the material. Now you can see. So this is the glass material. So I'm going to apply the same material to the ones, this ones. Click them, M. This is the material. Assign to selection. Let me call it glass. Blue. It just has a blue tint, that's all. Oh, is this glass? No, this should be water. I beg your pardon, this is water. So I'm going to duplicate this. I just remembered for the last video that it's water. So I'm going to call this glass, blue tint. Or we could just take away the tint, glass. Let's just call it glass. Let's take away this. Okay. And let's apply it to selection. Okay. On hide all. So I take this. This is the very big glass, the curtain wall in front. Then I take the balustrade, I apply. I think I still want to give it a bit of a tint. Yes, a bit. Doesn't have to be much. So I come back here, I press the material, click the material editor. Then this clear coat layer, let's give it 0.3. Yes, so 0.2. Yeah, just a bit. So if you want to see what I have done so far, let's render. Now you have the big curtain wall at the back. You have a glass balustrade. Now we're going to add structural elements. This glass will not stand on its own. It's not. It will not stand on its own. So we're going to start adding structural elements. So first things first, this pillar, there's a beam here. Okay, editable poly. I want to create, let me see, yes, from here to here, I want to create a beam. This top slab is too skinny to stand on its own. So I want to create structural elements for this. So let's hide it. Let's hide unselected. So only for this, then we go to the bottom view. So now let's begin to create structural elements to carry this beam, this slab. So 50. The width will be 0.75, and then the height would be 1.5. Processing 2.25. 2.25, yes. And let's make the width 1.5. All this would still be, a structural engineer will still have to check these values and say, okay, yeah, I think this is too big, I think this is an overkill. They can be overkill in construction, all right, because don't forget that there's also the quantity surveyor whose job is to see that, okay, how much will achieve this, and how economically feasible is adding this element. So there has to be an interplay of so many people. That's how you get a building done. While the mechanical engineer is focusing on electrical, plumbing, and whatnot, the quantities of here is trying to see how the client would best be served, how he wouldn't waste money. So presently, right now, I'm designing a 450 by I think 675. Is it 675? Yeah, 675 beam to carry this building, this top slab. The top slab, the house does not have a typical roof. What it has is the top slab. So, and that's what I'm working on right now. These are elements that would carry the top slabs. So, let's make this 2. Okay. Then let's make this 1, 2, 3. All right. So let's group all. Okay, group. Let's call them top beams. So we come to the front view, and then we take all of this M. Let's apply the white color, and we take them. So unhide all. You can see where they are. That's what we've just designed. It is carrying the top slab. That's the idea. It's carrying the top slab. You can see. That's what we've done. So a structural engineer will now have to check. What I have now is a beam that's 1.5 foot wide and 2.25 feet deep. So 1.8, 2.75. I'm trying to see. I want to be sure I got the numbers correctly. Yeah, I think it's 2.25 deep, 1.5, yeah, 1.5 foot wide, 2.25 foot deep, and then 50 foot long this way, 100 foot long this way. So I created a lattice. So this, I'm going to amend this now. Now that we have a lattice there, this is just, let me see. Let me see where it's positioned. Okay. All right. Yeah, it can work. That's an extra support, but it's slimmer. It's a beam too, same depth, but this is 0.75, 0.75 of a foot. That's 9 inches. So this is 9 inches by 18 inches. This ones are this is 9 inches by 27 inches. This one's are 18 inches by 27 inches. So that can stay. So let's just unhide all. And let's see. Let's render. So the beams are inside. Now, what a person, some people might want to do, which is totally understandable, is they would want to cover these elements, F. They would want to cover all these beams with, say, POP or laminated panels, something to cover it. They could create a 3D ceiling. They could, right? And it's understandable. Hardly would you find, except for people who really love minimalist designs, hardly would you find anyone who wants to leave this lattice as it stands. All right. So if you were thinking of covering it, then I would bring this down. I'm duplicating it now, And so, oh, I think it's too far down. Yes. So you can see, let me hide the glass. So now this element that I introduced has covered the beams. So if I hide it, the beams are showing. If I, the beams are not showing. But whether the beams show or not, they should be there. This is a very large building and something must support the weight. Now the beams will not only be here, they have to be here as well. This loads from the top must be transferred down this way. And so what we're going to do, hide selection, take all of these beams, F. I'm shifting and dragging. They have to come and carry here as well. So now you have two layers of beams. That's what we've just done. Hide selection. You see, there are beams here carrying the slab here, and there are beams here carrying the slab here. So your ceiling foot height has been reduced to 11 foot and a little. All right. If you want it to be visible, say I take away, let me hide this. Say I take away this. All right. And you want it to be visible, then you still have your 14-foot ceilings. All right. Your ceilings are still 14 foot from the ground level. But if you want it hidden, then hiding it will take away 2.25 foot, sorry, 2.25 feet away from your ceiling height. So let's unhide all. But I think 12 foot is still okay. Let's look at this. Yeah, I think 12 foot is still all right. I think this has been hidden. All right, all these places would have beams, but now they've covered them with white panels. You can cover them with cement boards. You can cover them with POP boards, whatever works, and you paint everything so you don't see it. No problem. So now we start designing the aluminum panels, and they are load bearing relatively, not necessarily. Oh, sorry. Before I do that, I have to design beams here. Height selection, height selection, height selection. So top view, I have to put a beam here, a pillar, a column. Yes. And this would be, let's say, 28. And we do 1.5, 1.5. And it's going to be here. You see, when I go to the left view, press L for left view. That's it. So it transfers the load from here down here. So editable poly, it's supposed to be 28 anyhow. So this, I'm going to move this, shift and drag. I'm duplicating. So I'm going to take these two pillars, group them. Okay, go to the top view. Then I have to move them. They have to be here as well. Okay. No, sorry. I just remembered I have to have pillars here as well. L for the left view. So let me ungroup them. Ungroup. Take this, shift and drag. The walls itself, the walls of the building are they are 9 inches thick. But the structural elements, the pillars, cannot be 9 inches. The building is tall. The building is tall and the building is large and the building has a lot of concrete. So it has to be able to support itself before we now start talking about the load that we placed upon it, the furniture and the life load. When we're talking about life load, we're talking about the people that will move about in it. The building must be able to resist seismic vibrations, all right, and must also be able to support its own load, its own weight, and the weight of the people in it. So let me see if I can apply material to this here. Yes, now they're white. Then I take them. So we have four pillars. So two, another one. Yes, that's what we have. Now, many people would say, oh, this renders the space less usable. You can't have an open floor plan. And in some places, a structural engineer might tell you, okay, I think we can remove this, maybe remove this, so that we can have an open floor plan here. And then that's okay, that works. All right. But as much as possible, I just don't want to design beautiful buildings. I want to design buildings that will stand the test of time. I want to design buildings that will not move. I want to design buildings that will not vibrate. So I can't really be too aesthetic conscious and then let some elements, all right, overlook some elements that I think would be crucial. But I think I can safely remove this one. With calculations, a structural engineer would know. I think I can safely remove this one. And I think the ones here too can go. Hide this, this, this. So at least when you climb the staircase, you don't have pillars that stop you. So you have pillars here, you have pillars here, and then you have open floor plan here. Yeah, that works. That really works. So the door can be here. You can break this into two rooms and a toilet. Two rooms with toilets, two rooms, toilets. Maybe say it's a four-bedroom mansion, and you can have one big lobby here, and then downstairs you just have living rooms. Yeah, and an open floor plan kitchen. That works. But right now, what we can say is that there are structural elements carrying the building. It is very important. I can't overstress this enough. It is important that there is something carrying your building. We've not added windows, I know, but it's important. So let's try and see if we can design the aluminum panels. So front view, draw box. Let's say 2 inches. Calculator. A 2 inch, 2 divided by 12 should be 0.16. Alrighty. So the width 0.16, height 0.16. Alright. Oh, sorry. Width can be, let's say, 50 for now. Oh, that's the length. This is 0.16 tab 25 tab 0.16. Alrighty. I don't select it. So this is the balustrade. I want to design frames for the balustrade. Then from then I'll go on to design for F view M. Let's give it a black, no, a gray. Let's give it a gray. Yes. Let's give it a gray. Yep. And apply. Let's call it aluminium. Let's convert to editable poly. So let it run the entire course of the balustrade. Then on hide off. Let's go back to default shading. So that's it. So we're still going to have some divisions, say this way, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, one here, right? So there it is. And these are supposed to help keep the glass in place. That's the idea. They keep the glass in place. So let's take front view. Let's take this one. Let's edit, clone, copy. Okay. Then editable poly, vertex. Select this. Rotate 90 degrees. Okay, let's turn this to 0. No, let's turn this to 90. Yep. And then we bring it this way. X. Sorry, I'm moving on the Z axis. Now I move on the X axis. Okay. Then vertex this way. A client might tell you, oh, can I have it as all glass? Yes. If you were designing, say, in the US, they could design maybe 15 mm or 25 mm glass, or they could even use a 50 mm plexiglass, a 2-inch thick plexiglass, and they will place it here. That works. All right. I mean, I've seen people use very thick, 1 foot thick, 2 foot thick plexiglass panels for aquariums, for pools, even for rooftop pools. So if you had polycarbonate that was about 5 inches thick or 2 inches thick or 3 inches thick, yeah, you could just put that here. You move it with a crane and you fix it there. It wouldn't move. But if you'll be working largely with glass, maybe peak mm is 10 mm, then it only makes sense that you support with aluminum framing. That's it. So this way now you can bolt the aluminum framing to the ground and then attach the glass to it. So when someone, yes, the glass will still be tempered, but or toughened. But if someone were to rest on the glass alone would not be supporting the weight of the person. At least the aluminum frame would do a lot. They would resist wind loads. It's important. But if you have access to uh, polycarbonate, many of these things are readily available, say in the US, in Europe, but we're in Africa. Hardly would you find polycarbonate that's more than an inch thick. Hardly. So it's only important that you find other ways to make your building beautiful, but at the same time ensure structural integrity. So I think this is nice. If you ask me, I think this is nice. Let's take this. Let's take this for group. Okay, and let's move them this way. Shift and drag. Group on group. Shift and drag. Shift and drag. Then this is quite long. I don't select it, so it's quite long. So let's say 4. Okay. Three. Yeah. So on idle, let's render what we have. I'm sorry, power is out over here, so that's why you can't see my face as clearly as you were. So what we've just done for the balustrades, we're going to do here as well. All right, we're going to have on this big glass panel at the back, because in an ideal situation, I only drew it as a very large glass panel. It's not going to come in like that. It's supposed to come in bits and pieces. All right, so we're going to divide these panels as well, and then maybe create a door somewhere here for you to come out of the balcony. I think you can see what we've done so far. There's still going to be a door here that takes you into the house. Right, all these places will be designed. There'll be tiles on the floor. It's a long process designing a house. All right, and making it aesthetically pleasing takes a long time. All right, this is a new project, so I apologize if you think the process is slow, but the whole point is to not just bring in all the elements that I think would work together to make the house both livable and structurally sound. So these are the aluminum panels. They're kind of showing as black because the sun is beaming onto them, but they're supposed to be gray. And I think if, let me see, I'm still rendering, okay, alright, I'm rendering at 720p, I guess. So let me come here, render setup. Come on, yeah. So let's try to render in 4K. See if you'll appreciate it better. It's going to take a longer time, but So you're still rendering the initial pass. All right, let me see if I can just do a bit more before we end today's video. So now I'm going to let me click one of this, okay, then click the big glass, then hide every other thing that I did not select. Good. So I take this top view and I shift and drag to duplicate it. And let's click the L for the left view, and we're taking it to the top of the glass. And shift and drag again. We create another one for the bottom of the glass panel. Okay, front view. Alrighty, so now this top view, group, on group, let's hide all of this. I don't need this. Hide, selection. Hide selection. No. Top view. Left view. Let me be sure that I have not deleted anything. Okay. Hide this one. Alright. So front view. Trying to understand why this L. Okay, let's start over. C, camera view. Where's my glass? Okay, it's there. Oh, I think it's hidden. So let me work with the boolean then. Let me work with this one. And I don't select it. I apologize if you don't fully understand. I often mention that my tutorials are not for beginners. Intermediate level, yes. Because sometimes in camera view there are so many elements and you may not even see what I am selecting properly. So if parts like that are confusing, I am sorry, that's not my intention. It's just that it can be hard trying to explain to a beginner what I'm trying to achieve at a particular point. They may not understand. So that's why I often recommend that, okay, before you start doing buildings, maybe you should have drawn shapes, see how shapes interact with one another in camera viewports, in perspective viewports, in top viewports. You should know how all these things work before you now say, oh, I think I'm going to start drawing buildings. For example, if you ask me, I don't draw cars. I don't draw cars because It's just too technical for me. I prefer minimalistic shapes. I love working with cubes, with cuboids, all right, triangles, circles, cylinders, spheres. Yes, that I understand very well. But drawing a car, if you ask me, is quite complex. Following the blueprint, trying to achieve perfection. So I didn't train for that. So if I want to bring elements like that into my designs, I would just I would just import them, right? Buy them, download them for free, whatever. Just get them anyhow. Not that I can't learn it, but it's time consuming. It's highly brain tasking. I mean, imagine I want to draw, say, the Brabus 850. All right, it's got body kits. It's going to take a while. It's going to and you're drawing highly irregular shapes. Highly irregular shapes, trying to follow curves, it can be overwhelming. So if buildings are overwhelming for you, but you really love them, I'll still advise that you go online, look for much simpler tutorials, start with those ones. Then when you're done, when you think you've achieved those, then you can start with simple buildings. I didn't start drawing buildings like this. I've been at this for years and I have gone through my own headaches trying to see um, create the best of 3D design. For me, it's not been easy. It's been I started 2008. It got really confusing, really overwhelming. I had to let go. I stuck with my 2D design. Then I came back to it. It's a lot. I don't animate, for example. I don't animate not because I can't learn it, but one, I'm in Africa. It's not really appreciated yet, and I don't have the resources to pull it off. All right, I need much powerful systems. I don't. So there are so many things in 3D that even I cannot do. So if you feel like, oh, this tutorial appears to be daunting, oh, why is it moving this way? It's not. It's not the you're not alone. That's what I'm trying to communicate. You're not alone. It's not. It can be overwhelming. It really can be overwhelming, and not just for you. It's just the way it is. I mean, I don't even know how the people that designed these programs, how they came about this. I don't know. I just look at what they do, and I am overwhelmed. Like, how in God's name did you do this? All right, let me create a gap of. I want to put an aluminum frame every 7 feet. So let's do 7. Yes, so let's do center to center every 7 feet. So we take this, let's move the locus, all right. Then we take it, shift, drag, and then I say 11 or 13. Alrighty. So I can delete the last one. How did I achieve 13? Because I know that the building I am designing is 100 feet wide. So I just knew that, okay, 13, I would get close to the edge of the building. It would either I would have gone a little beyond the building or just before the end of the building. So now I have 13 glass panels at the back, and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and that's 3 plus 5, 11 glass panels for the balustrades. That's what I have done. So let's let me delete this before we render. Let me delete the green. Yes. On idle. Control S. It's important you save. So let's render and see what we have. I've not designed a door. One of these glass panels would still be converted to a door. Alright, so you can come out from it. Alright, and then come to the balcony. It's a very long balcony. can see, these are glass panels. Now, I just chose the easy route. You could have designed each of these panels and then duplicated. What I just did was I drew a long glass panel and then drew the dividers. That was just, that's a cheat code. Oh, I think we're missing one here. We're missing one at the top here. Yeah, on top of the balustrades. So let me stop this. I must have deleted by mistake. So front view. So let me take this and duplicate. Shift and drag. Yes. Yes, I think we have it now. Okay, good. So let's create a door for the balcony. I'm thinking 2 doors, and they will be here. So let's draw a box. Oh, sorry. Oh, now you can see my face. So 3 tab 7. Oh, sorry. 7 tab 3. All right. Yes, that's the size of our door. And I'm going to have another one here. These are not the doors in themselves. They're just to help so I can reposition dividers. So shift and drag. I place another divider here. You can see. Then I take this one. I drag it down here till it gets to where I want it to be. Yes. Then I come to here. Take the vertices here. I bring them this way. Take the vertices here. I bring them this way. Alright, so now I'm going to take this again. Shift and drag. Now I'm building the door frame. Sorry, the door itself. What we did initially was the door frame. Now we are working on the door. I'm creating tiny gaps. Then let's take this. Okay. Okay. Shift and drag. So this is your door. This. Oh, let me hide this one. So this group. Those are the door frames. Now I'm going to take this panel and the purple panel, and then click the big glass. Hide on selected. Oh, sorry, I selected the wrong thing. On hide all. So take this, hide on selected. Alright. So I'm going to take this guy and bring it here. I want to create a boolean. So I take this compound objects, pro boolean, start picking, and I have created an opening on hide all. So now I take the frame. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to take this. Oh, 0.01. editable poly. Now I'm drawing another glass panel for the door. I have created an opening, drawing a glass panel for the door. So I'm going to take this. This is the glass, and I'm going to apply. Alrighty. So let's take this group on group. Because it's the door, I would want it all the panels to be flush with one another. So let's take this that way. Let's take this. So in case I want to design it as opened, I won't have issues. If they were short, no problem, but I want to leave room for me to be able to amend the design, and if I need the door maybe slightly opened, yes, you can have that. So I'm cleaning the edges just using the vertex tool. Come to this edge, take this, drag it in, take this, go to vertex, that's what 3ds Max calls it. So now I'm going to select this one, come here, attach, so there's your door. Now we're going to build something doesn't have to be too thick. Maybe the thickness of the door. Let's see, where do we have the door? It's down there. Okay. Yes, something like that. F. So we give this the same aluminum color. Alright. Now we have to create hinges for the door. The hinges would be somewhere here. Cylinder. A view. Where is it? It's down there. Let's bring it up. Let's see, 0.12. The radius, let's drop it a little. Good. So let's duplicate this. Okay, so M. So we take this, let's right click, editable poly, attach. So now you have a hinge. Let's bring it down a little. Let's have another one here, then 3. Okay, so the door has got hinges. So we take the door itself, attach to this hinge, attach. So now you have the door. You have this is just to help with, this is where you fit in the locking mechanism. Alright, this is just where you fit in the locking mechanism. So there should be a door handle. Alright, for a house like this, one would expect a smart lock. I just don't know where I can find it right now. So it's going to take a while if I want to find it. Let me see if we can quickly build something. Okay, let's come to Corel. I do have a smart lock. I just don't know if I can find it on time. So let's give this, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 0, 12. Let's call this black, or yeah, let's give this blue. I'm just gonna take, I want to take this gold. Mangrove. I'm taking this gold from this job. I do 2D designs too, so I just like this gold. I'm gonna place it inside here. Yes, so and then so I'm going to design my panel. Sorry. Yeah, something like that. Let me give it a thickness of say 0.05. Okay. I'm not sure if it's where it should be yet. I don't select it. Okay. I think this is it. F. Okay. Top view. Front. Okay. So L. Okay. So this is my lock mechanism. This one, the one in purple. I'm just going to place it here. So let's go to Coral and let's export this. Documents, the new house project, door lock. I'm still going to fit the proper door lock, you know, a 3D door lock. I have it, but searching for it right now will take time. So I just want to quickly do something. So let's not color. Let's go to here, bitmap. Go to documents, house project, click door lock, and then we apply it to selection. And then we come here, give it the glossy feel, 0.75. Let's say 0.2. Yes, then we go to the front view. Yes, there is it. There it is. On high door, and just like that, you have a door lock. It's just temporary, by the way. So I was talking about why I needed to put hinges in case I needed to be able to open the door. So let's do something. Take this, take this. I'm grouping all the elements of the door, the glass. Let me see. Have I selected all? Yes. So delete. No, I don't think I've selected the glass. Is the glass where it should be yet? Let me be sure I don't selected L. Okay, this will have to move here. This is the glass of the door, so it's going to be in the center. Have view, so select this group. Let's call it door. On high door, then take this, take the door lock, and take the door and group door with handle and lock. So when I move it, okay, now I'm moving. Am I moving everything? No, I'm still not. I've still not selected the glass panel. Or I just, okay, I think I have. I have. So now I'll press the 0 button. This allows me to move the locus of everything I have selected. So I want to put the locus here. Now when I turn the door this way, oh sorry, I press my 0 back, then when I turn the door this way, the door can open. Let's go to camera view. Now you see. Because I moved the locus, the door will open using that new locus. To move the locus of any object, you just have to press 0. It will change the standard icons, the arrow icons. You'll see something different, and then you can move. Now the door is opened. I think I'll be ending the tutorial here. So in the new tutorial, you might be seeing 2 doors because I plan to put 2 doors, but I think it's getting really long. So now you have an open door. You can see, so you can come from here to the balcony. There's no furniture in the house yet. Even the glass balustrades by the staircase inside, I've not worked on it. But I think if you were to replicate this using the tools I used in front here, you can use them to partition any building. It's just the materials that will be different. The same aluminum frame, I would put them in the balustrades by the stairs inside the house. Alright, so now you have an open door. If I wanted to replicate this now, what I would just do is, let's say I undo. Okay, then I will take this and bring it here. That's copy. Then I would do tools, mirror. Okay. So now I've mirrored it. The only problem now is by mirroring it, the numbers too would be mirrored. So I can group, ungroup, take this, tools, and mirror. So it's back. So now I select this, select this, select this. Yes. And this will be door 2, something. So we move it here. And then I can take this guy here, shift and drag to duplicate. Take this, shift and drag. Now we have 2 doors. That's it. You can see now we have 2 doors. And if I wanted both opened, I'll take this again, press the 0 button. The locus is still where I need it to be, so good. I'll open it this way. It's opened like this. Then I come here, I'll take this door, press the 0 button. Now the locus is at the center, so when I open it, when I open it, you can see the way it opens. No, we don't want it to open this way. So I press 0, then I move this locus to where the hinges are. The hinges are somewhere here. They are in between this frame and this frame. So then I press 0. The icons return to default setting. Then now the door will open at the hinges. Still opened. Yes. In case you're wondering why it's dark, this portion of the house is casting shadow, and that's the objective. This place to this place is casting shadow over the curtain wall. That's why this portion is dark. If we didn't have that, then the sun rays would go into the house and you don't want that. I mean, this is a white curtain wall. If the glass were to be, if the sun were to be beaming its rays on it directly, then it would be super hot inside. It would, the greenhouse effect would kick in, and people would be hurt. They would be burning. They would be scalding on their skins. So what we have done is we have from here to here. I think it's about 15 feet. All right, and it allows the curtain wall to have a shadow cast on it. So the inside of the house would be cool. So let's render this and then I end the tutorial. If you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you. It's nice to see that there's someone out there watching my work, someone out there who loves 3D modeling like I do. It's really nice. I mean, I didn't get here all by myself. I've also watched countless tutorials. All right, many of these things that I do now, they were pretty Herculean to me initially. I always wondered, oh, how would I do this? How would I achieve this? So now you have your doors opened at the hinges. It's going to take a while to render. I'm using a 16 gig a computer with 16 gig RAM, so it's still rendering the initial pass. But if I were to give it say 10 minutes, I would maybe get something pretty nice. I just don't know. I don't want to keep you waiting for that long, but I think you get the gist. The doors are opened. Eventually, we're still going to tile the house. All right, the house, this floor, the floor downstairs. They would have ceramic tiling. All those things would make the building more photorealistic. We're still far from photorealism right now. We are still far from photorealism, but I think bit by bit you can see that we're getting there. I mean, we're trying to achieve something like this. Not necessarily this. I mean, the design is different, but we want it to have elements like this. So you still have tiles here, you have tiles here. All right, I might still have to cover all the beams with POP panels. All right, put cars there, maybe trees or a background like this. We'll get there. It's just going to take a while. So this is what we have so far. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Adefemi Davis, and God bless you.